Hi guys, Rekus here with a new video, and today I wanted to do something special with you guys. I thought about what kind of video I wanted to do, and then I remembered there was some time ago a hero up in the auction house that I bought, and I haven't really tested it yet. And this is actually this hero copy. Ithaqua, precision holy damage, and an attack stat of 4250, so pretty upper B tier stat here. And you can already see it, 31 million power and over 4 million attack here. This Ithaqua is actually a homeowner. I put him into this home with absolutely max stats on these slots. Not the best copies here. Force is still on D tier and the Eloise as well. Flex on the Drake, the Eloise and the Delasium. And yeah, 2.7 million attack buff. And as well, we have a Sigmund boss here in Guild Altar. So I thought we might just go ahead and use my Flame Shrine team, which is this one here, and cause some mayhem in this mode. If you've never seen a team like this, maybe I can explain for a second on how it works. Basically, the idea of a team like this is to let Ithaqua set a damage over time effect on the enemy. Ithaqua is used for this because Ithaqua actually causes a special kind of damage over time effect. And this is this passive. When Ithaqua releases skills or normal attacks, poison the target, dealing damage by 60% of damage dealt for 2 rounds. And when she crits, she bleeds the target instead by the same amount, 60% of damage dealt. And Ithaqua is the only hero in the game that causes a damage over time effect based on damage dealt. Usually it is the HP of the enemy hero or the attack value of your own hero. That is the base for the dot damage. And this actually enables Ithaqua to use all buffs that she can get and then convert all of this into a massive dot. Meaning holy damage scales in, all damage dealt scales in. All of our star spawns, everything scales in, and then we have a dot. So we have the strongest dots in the game by far, and can deal massive damage with it. And then we basically have Delasium here, and what Delasium can do, that's not this. We can replicate this damage over time effect to 2 other enemies, so in Flame Shrine the 2 other bosses. And what we can also do is we can extend the remaining duration of those damage over time effect, meaning those will effectively never end. So we can set a dot at the beginning of the fight and keep it up for 15 rounds. It's only a 70% chance, so a bit of RNG involved. Some dots may run out, so we have to get a little bit lucky here. To keep those dots alive, to keep those dots up and have massive damage numbers at the end. Later on in the fights you will see that the Delasium damage varies quite a bit. Delasium actually doesn't do that much damage in this fight, but the damage the extended dots do is put to Delasium. So the game shows it as damage from Delasium, so don't wonder about that. That's all Ithaqua damage really. Other than that, we have Roam for some crit and crit damage, and attack buffs of course. Ithaqua being an assassin can profit a lot from it. Heart Watcher can't be imprinted sadly, but we have Watcher's Mark, which ups our damage by up to 300%. And also we have 25% of attack reduce, which means we can stack attack reduce on the enemy and keep the attack reduce up with Delasium as well. So the enemy will have 0 attack after some rounds. and being unable to damage us. Then we have Drake to get rid of some damage reduction and other stuff that would hinder Ithaqua from doing max damage. And we have Queen. Queen has some nice bonus things. For once we have... where is it? There it is. Abyssal Corruption. Enemies take 20% more crit damage, which scales very nicely into our damage. And we have... not this one. This one, Queen's Guard. That increases our all damage dealt by 20%. So, with that being said, we use the Snake Pet, by the way. It's a little bit better than Wolf Pet from the stats that are on it, but only slightly. So, let's see here what we can do. My record for this are 24 trillion, which I did quite some time ago before Awakening. So, maybe we can do better. Let's see. I'm actually really anxious for this. Long load time. I noticed the game... let's go for triple speed. We'll take some time with all the counters and stuff. I know the game can't deal that well anymore with damage over time effects. Oh, and I didn't say that, but we use Endless Cane on Ithaqua, of course, for maximal damage. Just the best artifact if you have some rounds to scale it up. In round 13, 15 and so on, that really has a great impact. Another thing that, of course, also influences the fight and heightens the RNG we have are the Heartwatcher hits. Heartwatcher hits 2 random enemies with her active, and we need her to hit this segment. Meaning every time you basically see her hit the back row segments, we lose damage. And on the other 5 heroes we run Demon Belts for full energy feed and an active from Ithaqua on every round. We can't get an active on turn 1 actually, the problem with that being that Ithaqua with those Homeowner buffs is just way too fast. Yeah, looking good so far. We have to see for the dots. Yeah, it's starting to lag. Lagging is always great. Means we have quite some dots up here. Let's see. Some big numbers are coming in. Those numbers actually roll over. They don't show the real damage that we do. We will probably do way higher numbers than the game shows currently with Ithaqua. Because it showed like 3 trillion, I think. Are those even 3 trillion? We should do way more. We should do way more. So, really the only way to see how much damage we really do is to wait for the end and see what kind of damage numbers we were getting. For some time we actually had a problem with some bugs here at this point. Amadeus as well complained that our high attack Ithaquas, like in this scenario, don't actually do the damage that they are supposed to do. We got very low numbers. And a good hit was quite rare, so I hope we don't see that today, but I wouldn't be surprised if that was a lot lower than I'd expect. I still hope for more than 24 trillion. Oh shit! Yeah, is it? That's a number. Yeah, we can do that. Actually, some more possible. In general, you can say Delacium can do double the damage of Ithaqua, so we could have done even more, but seeing that it's already a good attempt if you get more damage from Delacium than from Ithaqua. So seeing that, quite juicy, I have to say, very nice. Let's go for some more hits. If they turn out to be very unimpressive, I might cut them out. Because this will otherwise end up being a like 20-minute video again, or even longer. I will make another video as well, going with this exact setup in the broken spaces. Let's speed this up. If you don't know that trick, by the way, clicking on that little button shows the faction restraints, and after that the fight actually goes faster. And you can use that to skip a little bit of those longer fights here. Another thing you can do that has quite the same effect is just click on the speed multiplier like this. Not like this. Just put it up to 3 once again, and the fight will also be faster. It is a bug, but a very useful one at that. I use that a lot in Vortex or SL tries. Times 3 is just not fast enough. You can save a lot of time doing this. And I mean, we can just choose any speed we like. The main parts that we are looking for, like the Hardwatcher Actis and what I told you about, we can still see those. That, for example, was a good one. And we will never get any understanding from the numbers that show up on the screen. So those just don't help anymore. Because they're wrong anyway. So it's really about only about the attacks and seeing the team work out and get a little bit of a hint on whether the fight is going good or not. But from what I've seen so far, we got some decent Hardwatch actors. In the later half of the fight, this doesn't matter anymore, by the way. If we got enough hits on Sigmund in the first half, Watcher's Mark is maxed anyway, so doesn't really matter. I really would have wished that they put some imprints on Hardwatcher. Hardwatcher is one of the heroes that can't be imprinted, and I hoped for all the time that they might give her imprints and make her active hit 3 heroes, which would be really insane, because it would take out all this RNG I was talking about with her hitting the right Sigmund. Just get her to B4, make her hit 3 enemies, and it would be fine. I mean, I don't have this set up anyway every day. Don't have a... See? That's what I meant. That's what I meant. That's just bonkers. We had 3 times the damage in the last one. Just insane. Hits like this are really annoying because they really screw with you. You're looking for the big ones, like the last one we got. At least we got one big hit. Already good. And then you get something like this. Like really nothing. But we are already dominating on place 1. I guess it's okay. As I wanted to say, I usually don't use this setup. I usually don't have a V4 Delasium or a V4 Ithaqua. I think I put Ithaqua to V1 recently, just because I had to put the Stella somewhere and thought I had already enough Stella to get all my tenants to at least V3 plus attack and HP. And so I thought, like, let's have some fun, get some imprints on Ithaqua and see if that gives us a lot of damage. But really what you want is a scenario like this with Ithaqua as a homeowner, max stats, flex on the right heroes, so to really get everything out of her, every little bit of damage you can get, and really get those high numbers out. I'm still hoping I could hit like 100 trillion. That would be great. That would really be great. Would just look cool. Maybe the game bugs out again. I remember first time GDP was it, I think. Hasn't quite made any videos. I think he's no longer active in Idle Heroes. Made a video and the first time hitting 1 trillion in the game. That was quite some time ago, I think over a year. And the game bugged out and couldn't even show it. It was... I don't remember how it looked exactly, but they had to patch it. And it was the first time a team hit that much damage. Before that, before the Ithaqua Delasium comp existed in the game, it was basically only Scarai? I don't know how you pronounce that, sorry. It was basically only Scarai teams, and those hit like 40 million, and that was already insane back then. And I remember it being kind of a dream of a lot of Idle Heroes players to have a Scarai army, to clear broken spaces easily with it and dominate the game. And I actually had a mate in my guild that wanted to build a Scarai army, and he was almost finished. And then they released Delasium, and short after that Ithaqua, or it was the other way around, I don't remember. and he had a Scary army, and I had like a 10-star Delasium and the 10-star Ithaqua, and was doing like 3 times this damage he did with his 3 or 4 Scaries. And again a low hit. I think we got only lucky on the first one. Well, quite sad. With the low damage here. Already at 140 million points though. So that will be something. And I will do another set of fights. Maybe we will get another video out with like a higher fight, but we will have to see. For now I will just comment this, and yeah, it will be another 20-minute video. Somehow they all end up to be that long in recent days. I don't know why. But some of you guys like that. I heard. In the comments some people told me, yeah, they like long videos, they listen to them while doing whatever, I don't know. I guess it's nice if you're playing maybe some other game or playing Idle Heroes and just let that run in the background. Can be quite cool. You can write in the comments what you actually prefer. Shorter videos, longer videos. We can do anything. I seem to tend to do longer videos, but there are some topics that I could handle in shorter videos. Of course, not something like hero reviews. Hero reviews will always be longer. I haven't done that actually. Always wanted to. And some I uploaded Let's Play video yesterday. Something like this just takes time, and I don't want to cut too much out of it. But there are some smaller things, like I wanted to do another auction house video in the future, talking about how to get nice copies, which copies are actually valuable, what to look out for, because a lot of things have changed since my last auction house video. We had some new events. We had the event with the free-to-play awakening summons, where you could sacrifice a 6-star for some additional contract starry gems. So basically every free-to-play account and every second account of every player got some awakening summons, which flooded the market with A tiers, and much more important actually for the most people, it also flooded them with B tiers. You could actually buy some really great B plus heroes for quite a small amount of money. B plus heroes, like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago, if you had a really good one of like Vesa, you could sell that for like 10k, 12k. And now you see nearly perfect B plus heroes for like 2.5, 3k. In the market, which was not thinkable like 3 weeks ago. And it will surely change. The prices will go up again now, because people buy those B plus copies, and in the end the market will be empty again, and those copies will get rarer. So quite hard to get them, and in the future, of course, more expensive, until of course they release the next event where free-to-play can get those sums. Another bet attempt. So we had the first one, which was nice, and that's it. 169 million, quite nice. Would have expected a bit more after seeing the first hit, but was still quite nice. If you want to try out a team like this, you don't necessarily need 5 demon belts. It is better if you don't have 5 demon belts. Don't use snake pet, use wolf pet. Where is it? Not here. There, wolf pet. In general performs a bit better, but other than that, try this team out, it's quite cool. Only try it though if you are really, let's say, mid to end game, maybe even more end game, because it requires you to build Ithaqua and Delasium, and usually, and also Heartwatcher. You don't need her at E5, can use 10-star. And usually you don't need those heroes, and might be better to build other heroes. That's really more of a decadent team, I would say. But anyway, guys, I hope you have fun. Enjoy the weekend, and we'll see us in the next video.